Alright, so I am back again. I didn't really want to make another video, and honestly, I didn't think I was going to be playing this beta again, but they extended it, so, there we go. I wanted to get to double XP, actually, but, in Black Ops 3, but it just, I don't know. I ended up logging in for some reason, and, this is the first gameplay that I got, so I just really wanted to go over even more of the differences between the two games and just the overall feel of it. Like I was saying before, if as you're gonna see in the gameplay, I'm getting killed from behind a lot more than I would in Black Ops. Time to kill is still fucked up. They haven't done any weapon balancing, as I can tell. The K-bar is still really good. I picked it up from one of the dead enemies, and I think I actually used one of the classes. So the K-bar is still kind of fucked up. Another big difference between the two games is that in the last game, at least in Black Ops, there was no real clear best weapon in each class until the Brecci came around, and I can't really speak for the sniper rifles, because the self-loading like bolt action one, I forget what it's called, the one that like loads itself, that one actually seems to be pretty good. But honestly, none of the weapons didn't seem as inferior as in this game. Whereas I think it's called the NV4 in the assault rifle class. All of the assault rifles, the Type 2, I mean, none of those weapons really feel as viable as the K-bar right now. Which, I mean, the K-bar can easily just be patched, but still, that shows, I mean, as I said in the other video, I don't really think Infinity Ward is as committed to patching things as Treyarch is, so I don't know how this year is going to be with weapon balance. The salvage system is definitely better than the supply drop system before, but it seems like it's a bit more ripe for, how do I say it, like, exploitation. I mean, your daily login bonus, if you have the season pass at least, is 1,000, which is, I'd said before, it was a lot harder to get salvage than it was before. At least in this beta, I mean, it might not be that big of a deal, because I got that 1,000 salvage for logging in, and also I did get a supply drop with a 300 salvage bonus, so, I mean, I don't know. Another thing is that the variants, I really wanted to see it, whereas the stock variants weren't more as just kind of things you use until you actually get a variant that you like. It seems like there's no real reason to use the stock weapons over the variants, because, I mean, as soon as you get enough salvage to get a common variant, there's no reason to use the stock variant. There's no real downside, at least for the weapons that I saw. They all just have small perks, just small things, like, you know, the like built-in dexterity, like you have a faster reload. I think when it's only empty, I think. But I mean, there's no downside to not using the variant, which doesn't really. I mean, that kind of fucks up the weapon balance. I like it, but I mean, Advanced Warfare was kind of fucked up. I mean, they had overpowered variants and shit, and I think this game is going to be even worse with the variants. But in Advanced Warfare, they had things where, holy shit, I'm about to sneeze. Holy shit, oh god, this is gonna suck. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Oh, holy fuck. Oh man, I'm not gonna cut that out. The stock variants are, you know, they don't, they're just that, they're just stock variants. In Advanced Warfare, I mean, there were negatives. They took some things away and gave you some things to make the guns feel different. Now it just seems like they're adding gun perks. Just adding perks to the guns, and there's no reason. I mean, that throws balance out the window. What Infinity Ward is doing with this game is that they're adding so much shit. I mean, there's so many different things in this game, like with all the different perks and shit. It's like what they did with Ghost. There was like a million perks, but they had really small, point values. I mean, which is fine, but they're harder to balance. Treyarch really has it down. They keep it simple and sweet. They keep it so that, it's not hard to balance everything out. If something's overpowered, you just have to balance one thing and not a million things. And Infinity Ward isn't very good with balancing things because they just add so much shit to their games. So I think that's one of the big problems with Ghost was that they just added so much that, I mean, weapon balance, they couldn't even spend any time on it because they'd have to balance a lot of different things. So, I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, Infinity Ward, they added traits. They added extra traits to each specialist. Each specialist has a bunch of different payloads and a bunch of different traits. That's what they're doing in this game. They're adding shit so it's harder to balance. That really just shows incompetence with me, really. It just shows how, they don't really know what they're doing. Treyarch knows what the hell they're doing. They've been working on these games for years. So they know how to balance shit out, and they're keeping things simple so it's easier to balance, because things, even if you're good at making a game, it's hard to balance things. Another complaint I had before, I think I talked about, was that some of the streaks weren't that memorable. I actually just got a new streak today, which is actually what one of the big reasons I wanted to show this gameplay off, is I got the Thor. That's not that big of a deal, but my big thing was like, okay, I'll be done with this beta once I get a Thor, because the Thor is basically with a Lodestar. It's basically like an OP like Lodestar, and I got it on this map, but I only got like 3 kills or like 4 kills. Which, this thing seems like it should be netting you, like, 7 to 8 kills per match. Or per use. But on this map, Precinct, there's a lot of buildings that get in the way of things, so it's harder to hit people. So, I don't know, this wasn't really the best map to get a Thor on. But it was fun. I thought it was cool. It seems like a Lodestar, except you get a bigger burst of missiles, but you get, less uses. So there's less room for error, I guess. Because like with the Lodestar, you can rapidly shoot shit at the ground, but with this, you shoot like 5 missiles at a time at the ground. So it's basically, you got like 5 shots, because they all land in the same place. I'd much rather have it with the way the Lodestar did it. With the, you can shoot things faster, but it's only like 1 missile. But the Thor was fun to get. But still, Scorchers is my favorite streak, just because it sounds so cool, and it actually gets you quite a bit of kills. So, I don't know, maybe I'll stick to low streaks for this game, because I got the Warden. Warden was fine. I got 2 kills with it. On this map, actually, too. And also, I guess the streaks are fine. They're alright. The Thor was kind of fun to use. Kind of want to get my hands on that fucking robot thing. But I don't know. Maybe I'll do that next beta weekend. Another thing. I didn't think I talked about this in my last video, but the maps. I don't know, man. The maps seem, chaotic, and that might have to do with that might deal with, how I'm getting killed from behind a lot and shit. Treyarch had it down with the 3-lane maps. It allows you to have map control. Whereas in this game, it's harder to control shit. People just feel like they're running around and shit, and that's kind of how Infinity Ward does things. Which is okay, I guess. But still, I prefer being able to actually have map control. But I don't know. We've only seen, 4 maps so far? I think it was 4, yeah. Yeah, it was 4. Frontier, I didn't like Frontier. It seemed like a fucked up Combine, sort of, Nuketown-ish, small, chaotic map. But except with, it's more chaotic, less, ease of map control. Nuketown was bad enough, but at least it was kind of organized. Frontier just feels like there's lanes everywhere. There's just different lines of sight all over the fucking place. So it's harder to know where people are gonna come from and actually, kind of predict where people are gonna be because there's just always a line of sight to look at. I might go into that more in a different video, but I'm not gonna set expectations for myself. I'm not gonna set out plans. I'm just gonna make videos when I feel like it. But it just, man. I mean, I had fun, but I feel like this game is gonna get annoying, like within a month. And I mean, it sucks. I mean, I got the season pass and shit, but I mean, there's zombies, but I don't know, man. Just seems like it's gonna get annoying. Um, that's pretty much it. Just the Thor gameplay. The differences. Um, I don't know, man. What do you guys think? If you made it this far, thanks a lot. It was really nice. I actually got a lot of views on my thing. 5 views is a lot for me. So it's nice to see people watching my shit, and I got a like. Thank you to the guy who liked my shit. I swear to God, it wasn't me. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. I did not like my own shit. I think you can see who liked your videos. I mean, if you check, I don't like my own videos. I may have liked one of them. It doesn't fucking matter. Whatever. If you like the sound of my voice, go ahead and then subscribe. And I'll see you guys later.